Let's get straight to the point. I love Shazam. The Big Red Cheese is one of my favorite superheroes in the DC universe. However, he never seemed to get the love that he deserved. Which is why, when the film came out, I was super pumped to see it. You see, folks, Captain Marvel AKA Shazam has been around for almost as long as Superman. Having made his first appearance in 1939, the character has had a long history of different writers, artists, and stories. Today, we're going to cover 4 great starting points for one of DC Comics' most underappreciated heroes. Kicking things off, we have Geoff Johns' incarnation of the character. Having seen the Shazam film, this is most definitely the best version that the movie has gone with. Superstar writer Geoff Johns and artist Gary Frank teamed up to bring this character into a more modern day setting. This incarnation of Billy Batson is different in the sense that Johns presents Billy, the orphan child that eventually turns into Shazam, as a bit of a streetwise punk with a good heart. It's a difficult balance to have a character that is supposed to be your lead be kind of a brat, however, still likable, and Johns nails this perfectly. If you have never read the character, this is a perfect place to start since it's basically his origin story for this generation. You get the first time Billy transforms into Shazam, him dealing with the fact that he is a kid that has gotten basically the powers of a god, and how to adapt to that. As a bonus, I really enjoyed John's take on Billy's foster family. While we don't get much time with them, each one of his foster brothers and sisters gets moments to shine and feel like they are real people. Grant Morrison. Do I have your attention yet? Superstar writer Grant Morrison has written basically the biggest characters for both DC and Marvel. However, after having read his Multiversity Shazam issue, I was dying for more. This single issue not only captures all the best elements of Shazam, but is a great primer for someone who is just starting to get into the character. The story centers around the character of Shazam discovering that there has been a new day added to the week, created called Sivan Day, when all of a sudden he is attacked by a large replica of his home, the Rock of Eternity. This leads Shazam to discovering just who created this new day of the week. It's a great one and done issue that, had anyone in the DC offices actually been paying attention, could have served as a test gauge for a far more interesting ongoing series. Next up on my list, we have Shazam and the Monster Society of Evil. This little collection is written by legendary writer Jeff Smith. Smith, whose work has included a little book you may have heard of called Bone. The Monster Society of Evil is a fun back-to-basics story centering around the great idea that Billy Batson, a child that thought he was on his own for the majority of his life, in fact has a sister. On top of all that, Shazam has to deal with the return of his arch-enemy, Dr. Sivana. It's a lot to take in for a kid, so how does Billy deal with this? Well, you'll just have to read it to find out. I love this story, and if you're familiar with any of Jeff Smith's previous work, he injects a very fun, lighthearted, and funny tone to the book that I think that if you're searching for an all-ages tale to read or share with your kids, then this is absolutely the perfect place to start. Last on my list is Shazam! Power of Hope. Written by Paul Dini, whose writing credits include being one of the spearheads for the classic Batman the Animated Series, and art by the always impressive Alex Ross, Shazam and the Power of Hope centers around a few days in the life of Captain Marvel as he grants the wishes of needy and disadvantaged children. At the start of the story, Billy receives a letter from a terminally ill child from a children's hospital. Billy heads to the hospital and spends time with the kids in what is essentially one of the most emotionally moving stories I had read in a long time. Seriously, if you feel nothing while reading this, you may just be dead inside. The art here by Alex Ross is phenomenal. Every single page stands out, and his version of the Big Red Cheese is one that is bursting with life on every single panel. Ross doesn't do interior panels anymore, but after having seen his work in this book and Kingdom Come, I think it's a damn shame. Guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff. And be on the lookout for other content that I'm going to be putting out, and a few other side projects that I'm thinking about starting. So, I'd love to hear back from you guys. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite Shazam story is. And I wish you all a great week. Love you. Bye.